Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Prashant Education. This video I'm making for post-graduation entrances PGCET MBA 2021. This one will be test for English proficiency. We will discuss the question and also we will discuss how to analyze the question and answer the PGCET exam. Similarly, if you are not subscribed for my channel, please subscribe my channel and also please if you want to ask any question or doubts, please come to the WhatsApp group, which is given in the description. Click on it and you will get the WhatsApp group. Be in that group. There you can ask your questions so that we will be able to answer all your queries. Okay. Come, let's look into the questions for the PGCET 2021. Okay, let's look at the question. Which one of the following has one syllable? So they are telling us moon, kilo, honesty, prepare. So which one has one syllable? First, let's look at what the syllable is. A syllable is a part of a word that contains a single vowel sound and it is pronounced as a unit. Okay, let me give you an example. For example, if you are going to use table, so it has two syllables. Okay, te is one, bul is one, so it has two syllable. Next, let us look at one more word, reading. So it has two different one, reading, so it has two syllable. Next, let us look at one more example, banana. So it has three, banana, so it has three syllable. Let's look at one more word, book. So book, there are no two syllable, we tell it as book, so it has one. Next, hook, it is also one. Now by looking at this, let's go to the question and let's start from the D1. So prepare, so we have two syllable. Okay, but they are asking for us to find only one syllable, so prepare has two syllable. Honesty, so honesty, so this has three syllable. Okay, so it has three syllable. Now let's look at kilo. Kilo, so it has two syllable. Now the only option where you can find one syllable is moon. Why? Because you can't split that. Move on. You can't do that. So it is moon. So moon is the right answer. Let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Death lays his icy hands on the king, the figure of speech used in the sentence. So first of all, we have to understand what a figure of speech is. A figure of speech is a word or a phrase that possesses a separate meaning from what it literally definition. So if you look at this sentence which they have given for death lays his icy hands on the king. So this is something literally death doesn't have an icy hand, but it has laid it on the king. It means to say that the king has died. So for that, we need to see what kind of figure of speech used in this sentence. So metaphor, what is metaphor? A metaphor is a figure of speech that describes an object or an action in a way that it is literally true but helps explaining an idea or make a comparison. So here they are not doing any comparison or they are not describing any object or action. Next, let us come to smiley. Smiley is a figure of speech that compares two different things in an interesting way using words like and has. So if you look at in this example, you don't have like and has. So it's not comparing two different things. Next, cynic dick, a figure of speech in which part is made to represent the whole or vice versa, as England lost by 6 wickets. So when you tell England lost by 6 wicket, it will be not the England, it will be the England cricket team. So instead of referring to England cricket team, we are telling it as England. Now let's look at the last one, personification, the attribution of a personal nature or human characteristic to something non-human or representation of an abstract quality in human form. The book provides a sustained account of how literally personification works. So when you look at all these four, so if you look at this, death lays his icy hands on the king. So here, king is a human, so a human is involved. So if you look at the last one in person with the attribution of a personal nature of a human characteristic to something non-human. See, for example, death lays his icy hands. So death doesn't have an icy hand. We are just imagining it that it has an icy hand. So it is something non-human which you are comparing it to the human. So the correct answer is D, personification. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Let's look at the next question. Choose the appropriate if clause. Okay, so we need to choose the appropriate if clause. If you had studied for the test, you dash been confident. Okay, so here this is a conditional sentence giving a hypothetical situation. Okay, what I mean to say is, if you had studied, if you look at this, is a past perfect sentence which they have given. So if you had studied and used to things in the past that happened before any other thing. So why they are telling is, first you study, then you if you pass or fail, then you will come up with the solution. For example, here they are telling if you had studied. So this guy had not studied. This guy has not studied. So he has failed in the exam. Okay, because of his failure. So now comes the question: which one should I use? Should I use should or should I use would? Okay, should to say something that is the right thing to do. So if he had passed, then you should have been confident, that's why you have passed, we could have told. But now here what he is telling, if you had studied for the state, so it is a past perfect. If he had studied there, okay, now the result which they are talking about, a situation, what situation is, he has failed the exam. So if he has failed the exam, the correct answer would be would have been confident at that point of time. He would have been confident. Okay, and if he had confident, he would have passed. But now here in this scenario, he has failed. So the correct answer is D, would have been confident. Okay, let's go to the next question. Let's look at the question. What they are asking: the more he was criticized, the dash he was to complete the task. So they have given the option less able, the less able, less able to, the less able to. Let's look at the last one first. Let's see whether it goes. Can we put that? The more he was criticized, the less able to he was to. So wherever to is there is not correct. It will not follow the correct answer. Now let's look at these two options which are there. The more he was criticized, less able he was to complete this task. So this is not correct. Why? Because see, they are telling the more, if you, the more you criticize somebody, okay, so they will not do the work properly. So you, the answer would be the less able he was to complete that task. The more he was criticized, less able he was to complete the task. But here they are asking the more. So if you scold more, how much ever you tell him, the less he will be able to complete this task. So the correct answer is B, the less able he was to complete the task. Okay, let's go to the next question. Let's look at the next question. Identify the correct sentence with reference to the grammar and the meaning it conveys. So they are telling us to identify which is the correct sentence with grammar and reference. Okay, now let's look at the first one. Not many people know the truth about the lifestyles. So only lifestyle will be there. Yes will not be there for lifestyles. There is nothing called as lifestyles. Why? Because lifestyle is only a different way of living. So yes will not be there. Wherever s is there, don't tick that. Okay, so this is the shortcut trick which I'm teaching you guys. So this is not possible, this is not possible, this is not possible. Why? Because lifestyles are there, so it should be only lifestyle. Lifestyle itself tells you that it's a different way of um, doing the things or wearing the things. Okay, so if you look at this, even here we can know there is nothing called as knows. So this is also no, it should be only no. It is people knows. This is incorrect. Why? Because no is the correct one. So if you look at all these four, the correct answer is not many people know the truth about the lifestyle of the rich and famous. So this is the right, grammatically right answer. Okay, come, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Choose the correct alternative. Since around 1970, the world population of 3.5 billion, they have doubled it to our current level of over 7 billion in 2012. So they are asking us to see, they have given us four choices and asking us to tell which one would hold good for an alternative sentence. So let's take this one. So since around 1970, with a world population of 3.5 billion, doubling it to our current level of, so this is not possible. If you look at, if you read the sentence, so you have to read this sentence with this sentence. Okay, so till here you have to read. So if you read that, that won't hold good for the current thing, so this is not possible. So this is not possible. Next, let us read the next one. Since around 1970, the with world population of 3.5 billion, doubling it to our current level of 7 billion. So this is also not possible. It's not making sense. Doubling it is not making sense. So doubling is not the right answer. Now let's look at, since around 1970, when the world population was 3.5 billion, it has doubled it to our current level of 7 billion in 2000. So this is a holds good. Let's look at the next one as well. Since around 1970, when the world population was 3.5, they have doubled it. So they have is not, because it has doubled it. So there is not a person who is doubling it, but it has developed, it has doubled by its on its own. So this doesn't hold good. So correct answer is C. When the world population was 3.5 million, it has doubled it. Okay, let's go into the next question. The Okay, let's look at the next question. So what they're telling, read the sentence carefully and mark the incorrect section. They're asking. Okay, let's read the sentence now. Okay, so what they're telling, on account of. Okay, so on account of, this one is good, not an issue with that. The highland prices V, the highland prices V or set up the factory. This should not be or have set up the factory, it should have come up. So this one is wrong. And on the outskirt of the city, so the answer is C, or set up the factory. Instead of ARE, it should have been have set up the factory on the outskirt of the cities. So the answer is R, set up the factory. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Match the books with their authors. So they have given the list of books and they have given list of authors. We have to match the book with the authors. Let's take the first book, which is A Farewell to Arms. A Farewell to Arms is a novel by an American writer, Ernest Hemingway. So it is set during the Italian campaign of World War First, and it was first published in 1929. And it's a first-person account of an American. So in that book, they have explained about an American who was serving as a lieutenant in the ambulance corps of Italian army. His story is there. So four is there. By looking at the answers, either this is not correct, these two are not correct, so either it should be 4231, 4213. So next one is Mob Dick. So it's a novel written by an American writer, Herman Melville. So two is the Herman Melville is the author for Mob Dick. The book is a sailor. The book tells about us how a sailor and the captain of a whaling ship for revenge on Moby Dick. So it's a story of a whale and that ship. So that is written by Moby Dick. So next one is To Kill a Mockingbird. So To Kill a Mockingbird is a novel by an, again this is from an American author, Harper Lee. So the correct answer would be 4213. So B is the correct answer. So for this, you have to understand what the authors which are there, so that you will be able to attempt this question. Okay, come, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Which of the following novelist was not born in India? So the first one is Rudyard Kipling. So Rudyard Kipling, he was born in India, British India, and he used to write. He was an English journalist and he used to write short stories as well. Then next comes E.M. Foster. So E.M. Foster, Edward Morgan Foster was an English fiction writer. He was born in London, not in India, but he has written on India, A Passage to India in 1924. Next comes Ruskin Bond. So Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. His father was a British in the Royal Air Force family, but he was posted in India. But Ruskin Bond was born in India. Next one is W. M. Thackeray. So William Makepeace Thacker, who was born in Calcutta in 18 July 1811. He was also a British novelist, author and illustrator. So if you look at all these four options, this Rudyard Kipling was born in India, Ruskin Bond was born in India, W.M. Thacker was born in India. The only person who was not born in India was E.M. Foster. So correct answer is E.M. Foster. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Which of the following is written by Mukul Raj Anand? Mukul Raj Anand was an Indian writer in English, notable for his. He used to write the. He used to capture the life of poor people who were there in Indian society. Basically, he was writing those kinds of book. So, if you look at the books written, The Complete Adventure of Feluda is written by Satyajit Ray. Okay, and The Room on the Roof is written by Ruskin Bond, and The Private Life of an Indian Prince, The Private Life of an Indian is written by Mukul Raj Anand. So this one is written by Mukul Anand. A Train to Pakistan is a novel written by Kushwant Singh. So as told, so all this Complete Adventure, Room of Roof, Train to Pakistan is written by others, and the book written by Mukul Raj Anand is Private Life of an Indian Prince. So correct answer is C, Private Life of an Indian Prince. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're telling, select the word that is closest in the meaning of the word underlined in the given sentence. Okay, the doctor in the emergency room are known to be callous. So what callous actually means is showing or having an insensitive and cruel disregard for others. See, this is not a cruel disregard which doctors do. Why? Because in emergency room they can't show any what you call compassion towards the patient. Why? Because they have to operate him immediately, otherwise it will be difficult for them in the emergency room. So we need to find out which, what is the we call it as synonym as well, closest meaning. So we need to find the synonym for careless. So methodical means you use a method and do it according to that method. So this is not the right answer. Friendly, so in the emergency room, you can't friendly deal with the situation. Why? Because you have to take action. Okay, even if they are suffering from pain, or even they have, even if they are shouting, you need to be very, you need to help them out. Concerned, you should not be concerned in an emergency room. Why? Because yes, concern should be there, but not type of concern. If a concern is there, like his leg may break or his hand may break, then it will be difficult for doctors to operate. So the correct answer is insensitive. So the doctor should be insensitive, and he should be able to do whatever needed to save the life. So the correct answer is be insensitive. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're asking, which of the following synonym pair is not correctly matched? So they have given the pair of answers. We need to see which of this is not matching. Okay, let's first take the word introduction. We know to introduce something. Let's see what preamble is. A preamble is an introductory statement in a document that explains document philosophy and objective. So that is, we call it as preamble. So this is matching. Okay, this and this are matching. Okay, next let's look at the second one, collate or assemble. So collate means also you will collect, assemble also you will assemble it. So both carry the same, the meaning of word collate is to collect, arrange and assemble in a specific order or sequence. So this is also matching. Next, let's look at what ameliorate is. Ameliorate is bringing to more desirable state or improving it. So ameliorate is also matching, so these both are matching. Next, let's tell what stern is. Stern message means hard and severe in nature, very strict or serious. So very strict or serious thing which you tell to other people, it is called stern. But step is you need to take a step. So if you look at all this in an pair, this is not matching. So the answer which is not a correct is D, stern and step. Okay, let's look into the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Choose the word that are mostly nearly the same in the meaning. So they have given four words. We have to see which of these four words are matching. They have given the option 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, 2 and 4. So we need to see which one closely matches to the answer. So let's begin. Let's first see what playful is. Playful is, if you can see, it's menacing, threatening, mm, hostile. So all this, but hasten, augur, or expedite, this is not coming under this. So playful is not a synonym for any one of this. So this is gone. This is gone. Is now. Let's look at the what expedite tries to tell. So expedite is nothing but speed up, accelerate, hurry, hasten, step up, quickness. So if you can look at this, so hasten is here. So expedite is also called as hasten. So correct answer is 2 and 4. D is the correct answer. Okay, let's look into the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question, what they're telling. Choose the word that is opposite in meaning to the underlined word. So they want us to choose a word which is opposite meaning for this word timidity. His timidity proved costly. So first let's look at what's the meaning of timidity. Timidity is nothing but we tell it as lack of courage or lack of confidence. So if you look at all the options which are there, cunning, boldness, arrogance, skillfulness, the exact opposite of lack of courage or lack of confidence, or the opposite meaning for lack of confidence is lack of courage is nothing but your boldness. If you are bold, okay, you will be able to face everything out. So the exact opposite meaning of timidity is boldness. Correct answer is B, boldness. Okay, let's go into the next question. Okay, now what they're asking is identify pair that are opposite in meaning. So we need to identify the pair which is opposite in meaning, and we need to give the right answer. Now let's look at whether we look at the option. So impasse, checkmate is there. We don't know what impasse is, so we will not touch that. Haphazard, deliberate, gullible, incredulous, valuable, dear. So if you look at valuable, dear, somebody who is valuable for you or very dear to you, we call it as valuable. So these one, valuable and dear, have the same meaning, but they are not opposite meaning. So wherever 4 is there, that will not be our option. So this is not our option. So this is not our option. Why? Because 4 is valuable and dear. Now let's look at the other thing which we have. Now we have eliminated this using the elimination method. So first 4 we have eliminated. Why? Because valuable and dear are one and the same. Whoever is valuable to you will be very dear to you. So same meaning it gives. It doesn't give the opposite meaning. Let's look at what impasse means. So impasse means a situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of a disagreement and deadlock. Okay, so what they're telling is in which no progress is possible. So if you think of checkmate, this is done in chess, okay, where you give a check and they will not be able to move the queen. So your correct answer, move the king, sorry, move the king. So that is called as checkmate. So you will not be able to move your king anywhere to go. So that's called as, so it's giving the same meaning. So impasse and checkmate are giving the same meaning. So one wherever is there, remove that off. So the next last option which is left is 2 and 3. Okay, there are many ways of solving a question. Okay, so this is one of the way where we eliminate the options and then choose the correct answer. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're asking: a statement in which you say the same thing twice in different words. So we need to identify which of this, okay, tells a statement in which you have to say same thing twice. We have to identify. So in order to identify, we need to look into meaning of each of this item. So repetition, what is repetition? Repetition is nothing but the action of repeating something that is already been said or written. So that is called as repetition. Next one is temerity. So temerity means what? Excessive confidence or boldness. Next one is tarragon. Tarragon is a plant with a narrow aromatic leaf. So this is also not written. Next, let's look at what a tautology is. Tautology is saying of the same thing twice over in different words. So that is called as tautology. So what they are telling, a statement in which you say same thing twice. So saying the same thing twice over in different words is called tautology. So the correct answer will be D, tautology. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they are telling. So the chief or commander of army. So chief or commander of army, what is he called? We need to identify. So let's look at the again option is colonel, major, general, lieutenant. Okay, now let's look at the various hierarchy in which the Indian army is made up of. So first we have lieutenant, then we will have a captain. So then you will be promoted as major, then you will be promoted as lieutenant colonel, then brigadier, then major general, then lieutenant general, general, and field marshal. So field marshal is the highest position in the army. So what they're asking, who is the chief of or commander of the army? Chief of the commander army will be always general. So correct answer is C, general. So the correct answer is C, general. Okay, come, let's go into the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're asking, what is the meaning of you look a little down in the dumps? Okay, so here we need to identify this down in the dumps is an item. So we need to crack this item and know what this down in the dumps means. They have given the option: you look great, you are looking down, you are looking sad, you look a little bit angry. First, we need to understand what is down in the dumps means. So down in the dumps means a gloomy, unhappy, sad, or in a low spirit or depressed state of mind or lack of engagement or enthusiasm. These are all the meaning for the item down in the dumps. So if we look at the question, you look a little down in the dumps. So if a little down in the dumps means you look great, no, this is not possible. You are looking down, no, this is not looking down. You look little bit anger, not little bit anger, you look sad. So they have given sad, unhappy, so you look unhappy. Or if they had given you, you look depressed, then it would have been correct. Now you, there again, you look sad. So the correct answer is C, you look sad. Okay, come, let's go to the next question. Let's look at the next question. Choose the correct option that conveys equivalent meaning to the underlined phrase. So they have underlined one phrase and we have to give a equivalent meaning with these options. Okay, the watchdogs were asleep when the bull ran riot. So ran riot they have given, and we have to identify what the correct answer is. Let's look at what a ran riot is. Ran riot is nothing but behave in a wild and uncontrolled manner. So let's look at the options now. Had a best time? No, it's not a best time. Behaved cleverly? No, this is uncontrolled manner you have to behave. Acted without restraints? So, and none of this. If you look at this, acted without restraints means they didn't have any restraints, they behaved very wildly and in an uncontrolled manner. So the correct option meaning for ran riot is acted without restraints. C is the correct answer. Okay, let's go into the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're asking: fill in the blanks with the most suitable item or phrases to make the statement meaningful and complete. So they have given us four items and or phases, we need to put in this blank. So don't you think you dash by not showing up in the meeting? Now let's look at what all these items or phrases mean. Let's first look at what cut corner means. Cut corner means do something pre-functionally so as to save time and money. So here he is not saving any time or money. Why? Because he is not attending a meeting, so he is not saving any time or money because of not attending the meeting. So this is not the right answer. So first one is not the right answer. Next, made your head spin. So cause one to be giddy, dazed or confused. If you are confused or if you are giddy or you are dazed, then it's called as made your head spin. So it's, don't you think you made your head spin? So he is not giddy or dizzied because not showing up the meeting. So this is also wrong. Hung hung in there, we all know, encouraging them to keep trying to do something or not giving up even though it might be difficult. Here they are not, by not showing up the meeting, he's not encouraging them to keep trying it or not giving up even though it might be difficult. So it's not there, so this is also not there. Let's look at the last option, burnt bridges. So you do something which forces you to continue with a particular course of action and make it impossible for you to return to an earlier situation or relationship. So what they, in the war, what they used to do is, burnt bridges means they used to burn all the bridges in which they were going so that nobody will go back. So if we are going towards the enemy, if anything happens to them, people try to go back, right? So in order to avoid that, or in order to stop that, what they used to do is, whenever they went through a bridge, they used to burn that bridge so that they can't go to their country. They have to go to the enemy and they have to do it. So that's called as burnt bridge. Now if you think at this, don't you think you have, by not showing up the meeting, he has burnt the bridges? Why? Because it's what he has done. He can't get the earlier situation. Why? Because he has not attended the meeting. So the correct answer is D, burnt bridges. Okay, let's look at the next option, next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're saying, they're asking, spoke is blank, word is sentence. So they are asking us four options and we need to match what spoke will be for. Let's look at first, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words. For example, a is a word, sentence is a word is a word, is a word. So all these together make one sentence. So this, so we have understood the words will lead to sentence. Now let's see the spoke. Spoke, you know, this is the spoke which will be there in cycle, your two-wheelers, that will be there. So if you join all the spoke, you will get an wheel. So the correct answer is C, wheel. Okay, let's look at the next question. Let's look at the next question. Find the correct spelt word. So they have given us a word. We need to identify what the word is. First, if I am not wrong, it is quintessence which we are talking about. Quint and essence which we are talking about, which we need to see which spelling is exactly matched. So if you look at the first one, quint is there, but essence is not there. ESS, A will not come for essence, E will come. So this is not the right answer. Similarly, this will not be the right answer. Okay, and also if you look at this last one, essence, ASSENC is coming, but there we are talking about essence, not essence. So this is also not correct. So the correct answer is B, quint essence, QUINTESSENCE. So for this you have to know the words which are there, then you need to see what, which spelling you are looking for. Okay, come, let's go to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're asking, seldom dash such a complicated problem, and they've given us option. Okay, now according to the rule of grammar, so we have seldom is an adverb. Okay, whenever a sentence will start with the beginning of the sentence is an adverb, we use something called as inverted form of subject and the verb. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is here, see, for example, here if you look at I have is a straight form of subject. Okay, seldom I have encountered such a complicated problem. But since seldom is a adverb, we need to invert this. Means first have should come, then I should come. Have I encountered? So that should come. Then only we will be able to put the right in the right manner. We will be able to write it in the right manner. So if you look at the first one, I have encountered, have is not there, so this is not possible. I have encountered, this is also not possible. Why? Because I've told it should be an inverted verb. Have should come first, I should come in the next. When I have encountered, this will also not come. So the correct answer is seldom have I encountered such a complication. So you need to remember that rule of grammar. Whenever we use an adverb at the beginning of the sentence, we use inverted form of subject and the verb. Okay, that we need to know. The correct answer is D. Have I encountered? Okay, let's look at the next question. What they're asking. Choose the appropriate question tag for the following sentence. Srinath missed the train today. Did he? Did not he? Was he? Wasn't he? So there we need to understand what a question tag is. Question tags are short question used at the end of the sentence for one or two reasons. So it can be to encourage the expected response or to confirm the action or event mentioned in the sentence. So this is what the question tag does. Okay. Now, for example, let me give an example so that we will come to know how to do a question tag. So let's take one more example. Reena has completed all her assignment on time and without mistake. So the, you need to have a question tag for this. So what question tags are formed with an auxiliary or modal verb from the statement and appropriate subject. So for example, here if you look at this, has, has is is the modal verb which is there, auxiliary or the modal verb which is there. So we need to ask a question in order to make this. So has will be there. So the answer would be has not she. So Reena has completed all her assignment on time without mistake. The question tag will be hasn't she. So in some cases you will miss the modal verb. For example, here if you look at Srinath missed the train today, we don't have the modal verb or we don't have the auxiliary verb in that sentences. Okay, then in case if anything is missing, okay, what we use is we use did as a modal or auxiliary verb. So here we don't have any modal or auxiliary verb, so we are using did. Now it becomes very easy for us. So once we identify this, so only thing we have to put not, and instead of she it will be he, because Srinath is a boy, so we make it as he. So it will be did not he will be the question which will be asked for this question tag. Correct answer is B, did not he. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question, what they're asking. Identify the passive form of the given sentence. Okay, now they have given us the active voice they have given. We need to find out in this four option, which is the passive voice for this. I was busy cleaning the house. So this is the active voice. I was busy cleaning the house. Now we need to identify. So how we need to do in order to do that? First, we need to the object of transitive verb, means a verb that requires one or more object in the active voice should become the subject of the verb. For example, here if you look at, okay, cleaning, busy cleaning, cleaning is the activity which they are doing. So verb, that is the activity which they are doing. So now we need to identify what they are cleaning. They are cleaning the house, so the house should become the subject here. So it will start from the house, the house. Now the second step is, now we need to make this active to passive voice. Okay, so in order to make that, what we need to, if you look at the option, so this one will not be option. Why? Because it has to start with the house. So these three options are correct in order to start. Now we need to change was busy cleaning it's an active thing, we need to make it as passive one. So was being cleaned by me, so will be the right answer. So correct answer is C, the house was being cleaned by me. Okay.